Ick. But what if I told you that this daily ritual might be doing more harm than good? Before we dive into these crucial signs, please help us spread this vital information. Type, "I am ready," in the comments below right now. When I see your comment, I'll give you a heart, and if you want to help support the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. It takes just a second, but it helps us reach more people with these essential health tips. And if you have any experiences or recommendations, I would love to read them in the comments. Number 10. Avoid drinking coffee with dried fruit. This combination can lead to serious health issues, including high blood sugar, digestive problems, and gastrointestinal issues. At first glance, coffee and dried fruit might seem harmless, even healthy, as dried fruit is high in fiber and vitamins. However, combining it with coffee, which stimulates the nervous system and stomach, can have negative effects. Dried fruit is packed with natural sugars, and the caffeine in coffee speeds up metabolism, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar. This places extra stress on the pancreas, potentially leading to insulin resistance. Research from the American Diabetes Association shows that consuming foods high in sugar, like dried fruit, with caffeine increases the risk of high blood sugar. In one study, participants who regularly had coffee with fructose-rich foods like raisins, apricots, or dates, experienced blood sugar spikes, leading to fatigue, dizziness, and an elevated risk of type 2 diabetes. Caffeine can temporarily reduce the body's ability to use insulin, which can be especially harmful for people prone to diabetes. One example is Sofia Martinez. A 38-year-old from Spain working in an office, Sofia often snacked on dried fruit with a strong cup of coffee, thinking it would keep her energized. After months of this habit, she began experiencing constant fatigue, headaches, and erratic blood sugar levels. She was eventually diagnosed with prediabetes, and doctors pointed to her snacking habits, specifically the combination of coffee and dried fruit, as the main cause. Dried fruits, like raisins, apricots, and dates, are packed with concentrated natural sugars due to the drying process, which removes water content but retains glucose and fructose in a dense form. These sugars are absorbed quickly, especially when paired with caffeine. Caffeine, found in coffee, stimulates the adrenal glands to release adrenaline, a hormone that signals the liver to release stored glucose. This natural response causes a rise in blood sugar levels, even without consuming food. When combined with the sugar in dried fruits, this effect is amplified, leading to higher glucose peaks and extra strain on the pancreas. Caffeine can also temporarily impair insulin sensitivity, making it harder for cells to respond effectively to insulin. The body has to release more insulin to counterbalance the spike, creating a cycle that could potentially lead to insulin resistance over time. Insulin resistance is an early stage of type 2 diabetes and makes it difficult for the body to manage blood sugar levels. When dried fruit is consumed with coffee, this combination accelerates these risks due to the high sugar and caffeine content. To avoid this issue, it's best to keep coffee separate from high-sugar foods like dried fruit. If you're craving a snack with your coffee, opt for nuts or vegetables, which have lower sugar content and don't spike blood glucose levels as sharply. If you can't give up dried fruit, enjoy it separately from coffee and in moderation to lessen the load on your pancreas and reduce the risk of metabolic issues. The American Diabetes Association also recommends limiting coffee intake to 2 cups per day to minimize the risk of insulin resistance. Number 9. Avoid drinking coffee with chocolate. This combination can cause serious health problems, including rapid heartbeat, high blood pressure, and a greater risk of heart disease. Coffee and chocolate, two popular favorites, seem like a great pair. However, they both contain caffeine, and chocolate, especially dark chocolate, also has theobromine, a compound similar to caffeine that stimulates the nervous system and heart. When consumed together, coffee and chocolate can overstimulate, putting excessive strain on the body. Research by Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health shows that combining coffee with high caffeine foods like chocolate can raise heart rate and blood pressure significantly. In their study, participants who often paired coffee with chocolate reported heart palpitations, dizziness, and a sense of tightness in the chest. Experts explain that the high stimulant levels in both can cause nervous system overexcitation, which may lead to heart and circulatory issues. Take John Carpenter, a 45-year-old from the UK, as an example. John loved having his coffee with a bar of dark chocolate to start his day. However, after a few months, he began noticing palpitations, headaches, and sudden panic attacks. Doctors diagnosed him with arrhythmia caused by the caffeine and theobromine overload, forcing him to change his morning routine. When coffee and chocolate are consumed together, their combined caffeine and theobromine content can create a cumulative effect that overstimulates the nervous system. This can lead to a range of cardiovascular issues, including increased heart rate and blood pressure. Individuals with pre-existing heart conditions are particularly at risk, as the additional strain from these stimulants can exacerbate their symptoms. Studies have indicated that the combination of caffeine and theobromine can lead to significant physiological changes. In one research study, participants who consumed high levels of both stimulants reported feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and palpitations. These symptoms are not just temporary, they can lead to longer-term issues, including chronic hypertension and arrhythmias. To avoid these effects, limit the number of caffeine-containing foods you consume. If you enjoy coffee, skip the chocolate or replace it with low-caffeine alternatives, like fruits or nuts. If you can't resist something sweet, opt for white chocolate, which doesn't contain theobromine. Harvard researchers also recommend keeping coffee consumption to 1 or 2 cups daily, especially if other stimulants are part of your diet, to lower the risk of heart issues and keep your heart healthy. Number 8. Avoid pairing coffee with spicy foods. This combination can lead to serious digestive problems like ulcers and gastritis, as well as exacerbate cardiovascular issues. While many enjoy spicy foods and coffee, combining them can have harsh effects on the body. Coffee is a strong stimulant that increases gastric acid, which irritates the stomach lining. Adding spicy foods, which contain compounds like capsaicin, heightens these effects and can damage the stomach and intestines. The mix of caffeine and capsaicin can also lead to spikes in blood pressure and heart rate. Especially risky for those with heart conditions. A Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health study found that combining acidic stimulating foods, like coffee and spicy foods, raises the risk of acid reflux, ulcers, and inflammatory stomach diseases. In one experiment, 70% of people who regularly had coffee with spicy foods developed acid reflux, and 45% experienced gastritis symptoms within 3 months. Sarah Mason, a 38-year-old from Canada, is a good example. She loves spicy meals, especially with a cup of black coffee afterward. After months of this habit, she began experiencing heartburn, stomach pain, and nausea. Her doctors diagnosed her with gastritis and ulcers, which resulted from the irritation caused by combining coffee and spicy foods. When coffee is consumed, it stimulates the release of gastric acid in the stomach, which can be irritating on its own. Adding spicy foods, which contain capsaicin, intensifies this reaction, as capsaicin itself can stimulate acid production and cause a burning sensation in the stomach lining. Over time, the constant exposure to this acidity can wear down the protective mucus in the stomach, increasing the risk of developing gastritis or ulcers. Both caffeine and capsaicin can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid from traveling up into the esophagus. When this muscle relaxes too much, it allows acid to escape, leading to acid reflux symptoms such as heartburn and discomfort in the chest. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume acidic and spicy foods together are more likely to experience these symptoms, especially after meals. To avoid this, refrain from drinking coffee immediately after or during a spicy meal. Opt for neutral drinks like water or milk, which can help soothe the stomach. Milk, for example, has proteins that can reduce irritation. Harvard researchers also advise avoiding spicy foods for breakfast. When your stomach is more sensitive, and limiting coffee to 1 or 2 cups daily to reduce stress on the stomach and nervous system. Number 7. Avoid drinking coffee with dairy products, especially milk. This combination can lead to digestive issues, worsen skin conditions, and even increase inflammation. Many people start their day with a coffee and milk combo. But it can be unhealthy, especially for those with lactose intolerance. Coffee's caffeine stimulates the stomach to produce more acid, while milk, rich in lactose, can complicate digestion. People who struggle with lactose digestion may experience bloating, diarrhea, and even inflammation. A National Institutes of Health (NIH) study found that 65% of adults worldwide have trouble digesting lactose. Pairing coffee with milk can make digestion even harder, leading to imbalanced gut flora, which causes inflammation in the digestive tract. Researchers also found that coffee with milk increases the risk of irritable bowel syndrome. A 29-year-old from the UK loved her lattes and had several a day. Over time, she started noticing severe bloating and abdominal pain. Her doctor later diagnosed her with intestinal inflammation and suggested that her habit of drinking coffee with milk was the main cause. Elizabeth had to give up dairy products to recover. When coffee is paired with dairy, the acidity in coffee can interfere with the proteins in milk, leading to a curdling effect in the stomach. This combination can be challenging for the digestive system to process, especially for individuals with sensitive stomachs or lactose intolerance. The undigested lactose can disrupt gut flora, leading to an overgrowth of certain bacteria and causing bloating, gas, and even chronic inflammation in the digestive tract. To avoid this, try switching to plant-based milks like almond or coconut milk, which are easier to digest and lactose-free. NIH researchers also suggest choosing lighter coffee blends that are easier on the stomach. 6. Avoid drinking coffee with fast food. This combination can lead to obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. Many people reach for coffee and fast food as a quick meal, but the mix can have severe health impacts. Coffee increases metabolism temporarily, but when paired with high-fat, calorie-dense foods like burgers and fries, it can spike blood glucose and fat levels. Fast food slows caffeine absorption, putting more stress on the heart, according to Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health. Regular coffee with fast food raises the risk of type 2 diabetes and other metabolic disorders. They found that those who paired coffee with high-calorie foods had weight gain and cardiovascular problems due to blood sugar imbalances and added strain on the pancreas. Take Daniel Smith, a 29-year-old from Australia, as an example. Every morning he'd have a burger and coffee on his way to work, thinking it was a convenient breakfast. Over time, he began experiencing health issues and was eventually diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Doctors traced his health issues to his regular coffee and fast food combination, which caused erratic blood sugar levels. When high-fat, high-sugar fast foods are consumed with coffee, the caffeine causes an initial spike in blood sugar. This is compounded by the high carbohydrate content in fast food, which can lead to rapid blood sugar increases. Over time, these fluctuations put stress on the pancreas, which produces insulin to regulate blood sugar. Constantly forcing the pancreas to respond to these spikes can eventually lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Fast food is typically high in trans fats, sodium, and cholesterol, which contribute to plaque buildup in arteries. When caffeine is added to this mix, it raises blood pressure and heart rate. Combined, these factors can put undue stress on the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of hypertension and heart disease over time. Studies indicate that people who frequently consume caffeine with high-fat foods experience greater blood pressure spikes than those who consume these items separately. To prevent this, try healthier breakfast choices like vegetables, protein, or whole grains to help balance blood sugar. If you want coffee, have it separately from a meal. The American Diabetes Association suggests keeping portions controlled and avoiding high-calorie foods. Number 5. Avoid drinking coffee with sweet yogurts. This combination can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular issues. While coffee and yogurt might seem like a tasty breakfast choice, sweet yogurts are often loaded with sugar, which leads to blood sugar spikes. Coffee's caffeine can amplify these spikes, creating the ideal conditions for insulin resistance to develop. The American Diabetes Association has shown that high sugar intake combined with caffeine increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. They found that people who regularly paired coffee with sweet yogurts experienced fluctuating energy levels, increased hunger, and weight gain. A good example is Anna Brown, a 38-year-old from the UK, who regularly had sweet yogurt with coffee for breakfast. Eventually, she noticed that her energy levels fluctuated. She felt a burst of energy from the coffee, followed by a crash, and experienced weight gain and headaches. After a checkup, she was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. To avoid these effects, choose plain yogurt, or reduce added sugars in your diet. The American Diabetes Association suggests limiting sugary foods and pairing coffee with more balanced, low-sugar options. Sweetened yogurts often contain high amounts of added sugars, which are quickly absorbed by the body and can cause sharp spikes in blood glucose levels. When combined with coffee's caffeine, which temporarily inhibits insulin sensitivity, these sugar spikes can be prolonged, leading to larger fluctuations in blood glucose. Repeated exposure to these sugar highs and lows can strain the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, making it more likely to develop insulin resistance over time. Studies show that high sugar intake, especially from added sugars in products like sweetened yogurt, can lead to chronic inflammation, a risk factor for cardiovascular disease. The caffeine in coffee, when combined with sugar, can also elevate heart rate and blood pressure temporarily. Over time, these factors can contribute to cardiovascular issues, especially for individuals who regularly consume caffeine and sugar together. How to avoid this mistake? To minimize risks, replace sugary yogurts with unsweetened or natural ones containing probiotics for digestive benefits. Coffee can pair well with non-fat or plant-based milks like almond milk, which adds creaminess without the added sugar. The American Heart Association suggests monitoring overall sugar intake to maintain stable blood glucose and reduce cardiovascular disease risk. Number 4. Never drink coffee with baked goods. This can lead to obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. Baked goods often contain refined carbs and sugars, leading to blood sugar spikes. Coffee further raises blood glucose by releasing adrenaline, causing an energy crash and hunger. Research from the Harvard Th. Chan School of Public Health indicates that high sugar and refined carb intake increases the risk of metabolic syndrome, including diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Studies reveal that people who frequently pair coffee with sweets are at twice the risk of developing insulin resistance. Baked goods, like muffins, pastries, and croissants, are often high in refined carbohydrates and added sugars. These refined carbs are quickly digested, leading to a rapid spike in blood glucose levels. This sudden increase prompts the pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to regulate blood sugar. But when combined with coffee, the insulin response can become imbalanced. Frequent spikes and crashes can contribute to insulin resistance. A precursor to type 2 diabetes, combining coffee with refined carbs may temporarily boost energy, but it's often followed by an energy slump and hunger due to the rapid drop in blood sugar. This crash can lead to cravings for more sugary or carb-heavy foods, potentially creating a cycle of overconsumption. Over time, these habits can contribute to weight gain and make it difficult to maintain steady energy levels throughout the day. An example is Lisa Davis, a 42-year-old from Australia who had muffins with coffee each morning. Over time, she experienced fatigue, trouble focusing, and hunger, eventually being diagnosed with prediabetes. Avoid this by opting for whole grain breads or unsweetened nuts with coffee. And add low-fat milk or spices like cinnamon, which may help stabilize blood sugar. Monitoring sugar intake is recommended to reduce metabolic disease risk. Number 3. Never drink coffee with fatty foods. It can cause cardiovascular disease, liver issues, and digestive problems. Fatty foods, such as bacon, slow digestion, increasing stress on the stomach and liver. Caffeine stimulates stomach acid production, leading to heartburn or gastritis. High saturated fat consumption combined with coffee may raise the risk of atherosclerosis, as shown in a study by the American Heart Association, published in Circulation. This combination can raise bad cholesterol and elevate cardiovascular disease risk. Fatty foods, particularly those high in saturated fats like bacon or fried items, can raise LDL cholesterol levels. When consumed with coffee, which can also contribute to temporary increases in blood pressure, the effects on the cardiovascular system can be compounded. Research suggests that diets high in saturated fats paired with stimulants like caffeine can put strain on the heart, potentially leading to long-term issues like hypertension and arterial plaque buildup. The liver is responsible for processing both caffeine and dietary fats. When coffee is paired with fatty foods, the liver has to work harder to metabolize both, potentially leading to an accumulation of fat in liver cells. Over time, this may contribute to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, especially in those who consume high-fat foods regularly with caffeinated beverages. Studies have linked high caffeine intake in combination with fatty foods to increased risk of liver inflammation and metabolic dysfunction. Fatty foods tend to slow down the digestive process, requiring more bile and stomach acid for breakdown. Caffeine can increase the acidity in the stomach, and when combined with high-fat foods, it can exacerbate issues like acid reflux, heartburn, and even gastritis. Over time, this combination can lead to stomach lining irritation, making it more susceptible to ulcers and other digestive disorders. For instance, Stephen Johnson, a 37-year-old from Canada, routinely paired coffee with greasy bacon sandwiches. He developed fatigue, chest pain, and digestive issues, eventually being diagnosed with hypertension and high cholesterol. To prevent this, replace fatty foods with lighter options like lean meats, fish, or plant-based protein, such as avocados and nuts. Add fiber-rich foods like oatmeal or fruit to support balanced blood sugar and digestion. The American Diabetes Association advises avoiding coffee with saturated fats to maintain heart health. Number 2. Never drink coffee with energy drinks. This can lead to arrhythmia, high blood pressure, and stroke. Both coffee and energy drinks contain caffeine, which can overstimulate the nervous system, leading to heart rhythm issues. Combined, they create heightened stress on the heart and raise hypertension risk. The Harvard T.H. Chin School of Public Health found high caffeine consumption is linked to cardiovascular disease, especially in those predisposed. In one study, consuming over 400 milligrams of caffeine daily raised arrhythmia risks, and combining coffee with energy drinks further stressed the cardiovascular system. Both coffee and energy drinks contain high levels of caffeine, and consuming them together can lead to caffeine toxicity. Symptoms of caffeine toxicity include nausea, jitters, increased heart rate, insomnia, and in severe cases, seizures. The body can only metabolize a limited amount of caffeine at once, so consuming it in large amounts from multiple sources can overwhelm the system and lead to serious side effects. Energy drinks often contain other stimulants and diuretics that, when combined with coffee, can lead to dehydration. Both beverages increase urine output, and this can deplete the body's natural electrolytes, leading to symptoms like muscle cramps, dizziness, and fatigue. Electrolyte imbalance is especially dangerous for those with pre-existing heart conditions, as it can further impact heart rhythm and blood pressure. A case in point is Kevin Smith, a 28-year-old from Australia, who combined coffee and energy drinks to stay awake. He soon developed palpitations and headaches and was later diagnosed with high blood pressure and arrhythmia due to excessive caffeine. Avoid this by choosing water, herbal teas, or coconut-based drinks to maintain energy without cardiovascular risk. The American Heart Association recommends limiting caffeine intake to avoid adverse effects. Number 1. Never drink coffee with alcohol. This can lead to alcoholism, liver damage, and cardiovascular disease. Coffee's stimulant effect can mask alcohol's impact, leading to excessive drinking and addiction risk. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, warns that combining caffeine and alcohol increases addiction risk and can harm liver function. Their research shows that combining coffee with alcohol raises the risk of liver disease, such as alcoholic hepatitis and cirrhosis. Due to increased liver stress, the stimulant effects of caffeine can make a person feel more alert and less intoxicated than they actually are, leading to impaired judgment and risky behaviors. This effect, often called wide-awake drunk, can cause people to consume more alcohol than they would otherwise, leading to a higher risk of accidents, alcohol poisoning, and injury. Combining alcohol, a depressant, with caffeine, a stimulant, creates a contradictory effect on the body that places extra stress on the cardiovascular system. Alcohol relaxes the blood vessels, while caffeine constricts them, leading to increased heart rate and blood pressure. For individuals with pre-existing heart conditions, this can heighten the risk of arrhythmias or even heart attacks. Drinking alcohol and coffee together can interfere with the body's natural circadian rhythms, affecting sleep quality. Alcohol can fragment sleep, causing frequent waking, while caffeine can delay sleep onset. Poor sleep due to this combination can impact recovery, weaken the immune system, and contribute to long-term health issues, including mental fatigue and mood instability. For example, Anna Brown, a 32-year-old from Canada, frequently had coffee after drinking alcohol. After a few months, she developed liver issues and was diagnosed with early-stage cirrhosis, attributed to combining coffee with alcohol. To avoid this, it's best to drink coffee separately from alcohol, using water or non-alcoholic beverages to stay hydrated. Limiting alcohol intake and avoiding caffeine stimulant mixes are also recommended by the American Heart Association to maintain liver and cardiovascular health. Thank you so much for watching today's video and for joining me on this health journey. I hope you found these tips useful and feel inspired to start monitoring your body for these critical signs. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe, give the video a like, and share it with your friends and family. Together, we can spread the message that even small adjustments to our diet can lead to significant improvements in our overall health. As always, I'm dedicated to providing you with the best advice, tips and strategies to help you live your healthiest, most fulfilling life. Whether it's through smart food pairings, lifestyle tips, or other wellness insights, Desi Health is here to support you every step of the way. Stay tuned for more videos, and always remember your health is in your control. Make it a priority, and I'll be here to guide and encourage you along the way. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay positive, and continue making thoughtful choices for your well-being. Did you know that eating this with bananas can harm your health? Even though bananas are a superfood for your health, there are foods that go well with them and others that don't. Even with such good bananas, you should eat them wisely for your body's benefit. Eating them with unhealthy foods can actually harm your health. That's why I've prepared this for you. To protect your health and immunity, I'll tell you about 3 worst combinations of food with bananas and 3 best combinations. Hello! I'm your health expert, Dr. John. Are there still people who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and hit the like button right away. Also, please share with your loved ones. I'll continue to provide only the best health information from now on. When you think of morning meal replacements or hearty snacks, there's a fruit that comes to mind first. It used to be a fruit so precious that only the wealthy could afford it. But nowadays, it's affordable, and you can enjoy it abundantly if you buy a bunch. Today's star is none other than the banana. When you peel off its bright yellow skin, you'll find sweet and soft, creamy flesh. Not only is it delicious, but it's also a true all-around beauty with numerous health benefits, such as protect your cells, immune boosting, and aiding in dieting. Some people enjoy eating it as it is, while others make banana chips by drying them, or include them in juices along with other fruits or vegetables. Bananas ripen from green to yellow to black, and as they ripen, their health benefits change significantly, making them a fascinating food. But did you know? Even with such healthful bananas, there are foods that, when eaten together, can harm your health. Now, let's explore 3 worst combinations of food that harm your health when eating with bananas. And 3 best combinations of food that boost immunity, along with recipes. First, the worst combination of food with bananas is milk. Are you surprised? Because bananas are filling, some people have them as a meal replacement on an empty stomach in the morning, or blend them with milk to make banana milkshakes. However, bananas and milk, which might seem like a perfect match, are not a good combination for health. Wait, are there still people who think that the sugar in bananas is bad for health? Let me clarify this for you. Bananas are rich in dietary fiber that helps balance blood sugar, and they are also packed with minerals and vitamins that fight against diseases. Especially, depending on the ripening process, bananas have different health benefits, making them amazing fruits. Unripe green bananas have resistant starches that are 20 times higher than ripe yellow bananas. They have a very low glycemic index, making them excellent for blood sugar management. Green bananas are full of prebiotics that act as food for probiotics in the gut, promoting gut health. On the other hand, as bananas ripen and turn yellow, they become sweeter and their sugar content increases. Especially, they become rich in antioxidants, vitamin B, and vitamin C. Finally, as they become overripe and develop brown spots, they are called sugar spots, known as antioxidants that fight against health-harming cells. While the vitamins and minerals in yellow bananas decrease, these brown spots are filled with health protection properties that strengthen the power of white blood cells. So, green bananas are great for diabetes prevention and dieting due to their low glycemic index. Yellow bananas are packed with vitamins and antioxidants. And finally, brown bananas are the best anti-disease foods. However, are you worried that the natural sugars in bananas might raise your blood sugar? Here's the solution. When you consume them together, milk lowers blood sugar because lactose in milk lowers it, making it a great combination. Moreover, bananas are rich in magnesium, and surprisingly, when you consume magnesium from bananas with milk, it helps the calcium in milk be fully absorbed into our bodies. But pay attention here. All these benefits only apply to those with strong stomachs. As we age, our stomachs and intestines weaken, and many experience reflux, where food regurgitates. Especially, you might have felt discomfort as if the banana was stuck after eating it for satiety. There's a reason for this. The rich dietary fiber in bananas is insoluble and doesn't dissolve well, so it stays in the stomach for a long time. If you consume milk with it, a bigger problem arises. The organic acids and sugars in bananas combine with the abundant calcium and protein in milk, forming lumps, making digestion even slower. In this process, over-fermentation occurs in the stomach, putting a significant strain on the stomach and intestines, causing fatigue and lethargy. Eventually, it can lead to chronic conditions like gastritis and reflux esophagitis. So never consume bananas and milk together. Instead, opt for food combinations that are easier to digest. Then what should you eat with bananas? The first food I recommend to pair with bananas is oatmeal. Instead of having bananas and milk on an empty stomach in the morning, you can have oatmeal or oatmeal porridge together with bananas. Oatmeal's dietary fiber is much better for gut health, making it the perfect match. Wait, are there some of you who are puzzled, thinking, bananas have a lot of dietary fiber, so why is it good to eat them with oatmeal? Yes, both bananas and oats are rich in dietary fiber, but they are completely different types. A banana contains about 3 grams of fiber, and most of it is insoluble fiber, which mainly helps increase the volume and weight of stools. That's why eating bananas might actually lead to constipation. So, for gut health, you should consume soluble fiber, which absorbs water well. That's where oatmeal and oats come in. Oats contain over 50% soluble fiber. So when you eat them with bananas, you can perfectly balance your fiber intake. Moreover, the fiber pectin in bananas surprisingly helps lower cholesterol levels in the blood vessels. It detoxifies the body and eliminates heavy metals. Here's a tip. For this detoxifying effect, you should consume unripe green bananas, along with the resistant starch found in green bananas. You'll also get the effects of natural insulin and beta-glucan in oats, which help regulate blood sugar levels. Secondly, the worst combination of food with bananas is sweet potatoes. Despite being regarded as excellent meal replacements and diet foods, bananas and sweet potatoes surprisingly don't go well together. While excessive dietary fiber can indeed strain digestion, there's a more serious issue at hand. That's potassium. Some might wonder, isn't potassium a beneficial mineral for health? Yes, potassium is an essential mineral for our bodies. It's particularly crucial for cell health and regulates the functions of the heart and muscles, providing energy to our bodies. Additionally, potassium helps flush sodium out of our bodies, thereby stabilizing blood pressure and preventing cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and atherosclerosis. However, pay attention here. This beneficial potassium can pose a significant burden for those with poor kidney function. If potassium isn't adequately excreted from the kidneys, it can weaken muscles and even lead to irregular heartbeats. The issue lies in the fact that both bananas and sweet potatoes are rich in potassium. Consuming them together can lead to excessive potassium intake, increasing the risk of hyperkalemia. So, rather than consuming them together, it's better to have them separately. To ensure you benefit from each food's nutritional properties without risking potassium overload. Secondly, the best food to pair with bananas is nuts. Nowadays, many people suffer from insomnia and stress, right? A calm mind leads to a calm body, so stress relief and sound sleep are crucial for health. Consuming bananas with nuts is the perfect solution. Nuts contain beneficial unsaturated fatty acids and omega-3, but most importantly, they're rich in tryptophan. This tryptophan surprisingly converts into the happiness hormone serotonin in the brain. But pay attention here for tryptophan to convert into the happiness hormone. It requires vitamin B6. Today's start. The banana is rich in vitamin B6. Therefore, when you consume nuts and bananas together, they perfectly alleviate depression and insomnia. Additionally, bananas' magnesium has muscle relaxation benefits. So having a banana in the evening can further improve sleep quality. Moreover, bananas' potassium helps maintain stable heartbeats and balances the body's fluid levels, which is beneficial for keeping the metabolism balanced and less prone to stress. Now, as the last, third worst combination of food with bananas, we have cabbage. Many people diligently consume bananas and cabbage as the best anti-disease food combination, right? That's correct. As mentioned earlier, when bananas become overripe, they develop brown spots, known as sugar spots. In this state, the sugar content increases, but most importantly, it's when the polyphenol levels, which boost immunity, are at their highest. Thus fully ripe bananas are referred to as the guardians of anti-disease. According to Japan National Cancer Research Institutes, spotted bananas have a remarkable effect on creating TNF immune cells. They enhance white blood cell function by 8 times more than unripe green bananas. At this point, when you consume cabbage, known as the epitome of green vegetables due to its high content of chlorophyll and vitamin U, along with bananas, it synergistically enhances health-protecting effects. However, unfortunately, when you consume cabbage and bananas together, the body consumes a large amount of vitamin B6, which can lead to deficiency symptoms. Should you give up the anti-disease benefits and worry while consuming them? No, there's a miraculous solution. By consuming cabbage and bananas along with just one other food, everything is resolved. Then, the third recommendation for the best food to pair with bananas is eggs. Eggs are packed with numerous nutritional benefits, especially being rich in vitamin B6. When consumed with bananas and cabbage, eggs can prevent any loss of nutrients and only provide synergistic effects. Moreover, this vitamin B6, nicknamed the brain vitamin, plays a crucial role in supplying glucose, the brain's energy source. Furthermore, when you consume eggs, considered one of the most nutritious whole foods on Earth, along with bananas, it perfectly fills in any protein and nutrient gaps. Wait, if you consume only bananas as a meal replacement for breakfast, it might strain those with weak kidneys due to the magnesium content, worsening low blood pressure. But when consumed with eggs, it balances out the perfect nutritional equilibrium, allowing you to recharge energy and restore vitality without any worries and quickly. So far, we've looked at the 3 worst combinations and 3 best foods to pair with bananas. Let's summarize them together. First, instead of consuming bananas with milk, have them with oats or oatmeal. Secondly, since bananas are high in potassium, avoid pairing them with sweet potatoes and opt for nuts instead. Lastly, remember that bananas go well not only with cabbage but also with eggs. How does that sound? By taking care to pair bananas with foods that complement them well, you can protect your health and boost immune system. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like it. Also, don't forget to share it with your loved ones and friends. I'll always keep you in my prayers for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating broccoli with this particular thing could actually harm your health, despite being hailed as one of the top 10 superfoods? Broccoli too has its food matches made in heaven and those that are a recipe for disaster. Yes. Even something as beneficial as broccoli needs to be consumed correctly to truly benefit your health. Pairing it with the wrong foods might do more harm than good. So, I've got something special prepared for you. To protect our health, I will unveil the 3 worst food combinations with broccoli, as well as the 3 best ones. Stay tuned to make your broccoli dishes not only delicious but a powerhouse for your health. Hello there. Are there still some of you who haven't subscribed? Hit that subscribe button and like right now. Share this with your dear ones. I promise to keep delivering only the best health information to you. You've probably heard countless times about the importance of eating vegetables for good health, right? If you had to choose just one type of vegetable, the best among healthy veggies would be the cruciferous vegetables. The name comes from the Latin crucifer, meaning cross-bearing, because the 4 petals of their flowers resemble a cross. These superfoods are packed with various nutrients and have excellent health protection effects. In our diets, we often encounter broccoli, cabbage, kale, radish, bok choy, and turnip from this family. Among these cruciferous vegetables, compounds called sulforaphane are abundant, which are known for their immune-boosting properties. Today's star among these health-boosting veggies is broccoli, recognized for its effectiveness in eliminating health-harming cells. In fact, the NCI has touted broccoli as the best anti-disease agent, and Johns Hopkins School of Medicine has praised it as a cure-all. But hey, did you know? Even such a healthy food as broccoli can be harmful when eaten with the wrong things. So, let's dive into the 3 worst food pairings for preventing our health with broccoli, and the 3 best ones that could help extend our lifespan in a healthy way. First up, the worst food combination with broccoli is, surprisingly, vinegar. Were you shocked? Many enjoy lightly steaming or blanching broccoli and dressing it with a vinegar-based dressing. However, it turns out this is a harmful combination for broccoli's nutrients. Alongside its miraculous sulforaphane, which destroys unhealthy cells. Broccoli is packed with vitamins and minerals. Did you know that broccoli's vitamin C content is double that of lemons? And 7 times that of potatoes? That's right. Broccoli is a premier source of vitamin C, eliminating harmful free radicals in our body, aiding in fatigue recovery, preventing colds, and even greatly benefiting skin health. Moreover, broccoli is filled with the ultimate antioxidant, beta-carotene vitamin A, making it top-notch for boosting immunity. Especially now, during the changing seasons with cool mornings and evenings and significant temperature fluctuations. It's crucial to include broccoli in your diet. But here's the focus point. The issue is that these wonderful vitamins are very sensitive to acidity. So, if you've been diligently eating broccoli for health, but then you sprinkle it with acidic vinegar or lemon juice dressing, it's all in vain. So, what should you dip your broccoli in instead? The answer is horseradish or mustard. For broccoli's immune-boosting compound sulforaphane to be effective in the body, it needs the help of an enzyme called myrosinase. This component is abundant in spicy sauces like horseradish and mustard. Therefore, dipping broccoli in something other than vinegar or sour dressings, like horseradish or mustard, is the miraculous way to consume it. This method not only preserves vitamins, but also maximizes the antioxidant effects. So, the first food pairing with broccoli we recommend is tangerines or oranges. What fruit comes to mind first as the weather gets chilly? Without a doubt, it's the sweet and tangy tangerine. Tangerines, a vitamin treasure, are a perfect match with broccoli. Besides the vitamins I've mentioned earlier, broccoli is also rich in iron. The iron content in broccoli is more than double that of other vegetables and is of very high quality, making it exceptionally well absorbed by the body. Thus, it's excellent not only for relieving muscle aches and cramps, but also for purifying the blood, strengthening the vessels, and being the best in preventing anemia. But here's a focal point. There's one way to double the absorption rate of the fantastic iron in broccoli. When you eat foods rich in vitamin C, like tangerines and oranges, along with broccoli, the vitamin C helps in the absorption of iron, creating an incredible synergy effect. Also, broccoli's vitamin K aids in the absorption of calcium, making it really great for preventing osteoporosis. As the tangerines and oranges packed with nutrients, make sure to pair them with broccoli and oranges. Secondly, the worst combo with broccoli is for those taking certain blood thinners for high blood pressure or high cholesterol, like warfarin, or those who are on aspirin. You might already know that broccoli, rich in potassium, antioxidants, and a good amount of calcium, is excellent for preventing high blood pressure. Indeed, consistent consumption of broccoli has been proven to lower the pressure in the heart and arteries and reduce stress, especially as the colder seasons approach. When blood vessels tend to constrict and make acute illnesses more likely, broccoli becomes a must-have food, but pay close attention here. The vitamin K in broccoli works in direct opposition to warfarin-based blood pressure medications. While aspirin and medications for high blood pressure and hyperlipidemia work to thin the blood to prevent sudden blood clots, broccoli helps in clotting the blood, aiding in stopping bleeding and healing wounds within the blood vessels. Thus, even with all the benefits of broccoli, there's a risk that it could interfere with the effectiveness of prescription medications. So you must be cautious. It's advised to wait about 2 hours after taking your medication before consuming broccoli. And a quick note, if you're thinking of drinking concentrated broccoli juice, be aware that it could strain your liver. So it's recommended to consume broccoli cooked indirectly. Next up, the second best food match for broccoli is onions. Above all, broccoli is packed with a component called selenium, which neutralizes harmful free radicals and boosts our immune system. In fact, it has incredible benefits against colon, lung, breast, and liver disease. Plus it's rich in dietary fiber, which binds to harmful substances and carcinogens in the gut and helps eliminate them from the body. So by including broccoli in your diet, you strengthen your basic immune system, preventing colds and coughs and keeping your body robust against diseases. And here's where it gets even more amazing. Pairing it with onions can create a miraculous effect. The quercetin in onions significantly boosts the benefits of broccoli. Quercetin helps prevent damage to the walls of blood vessels, lowers the levels of unhealthy LDL cholesterol, and has been shown to reduce blood pressure. Adding onions to broccoli not only enhances its vascular protective effects but the pungent flavor of onions, due to compounds like allyl sulfides, greatly aids in dilating blood vessels. Moreover, when broccoli and onions are eaten together, they can melt away arteriosclerosis and hyperlipidemia, breaking down body fat, which aids in dieting and weight management. Truly a miraculous method. Lastly, the third group for whom broccoli might not be the best match includes individuals with diabetes or those needing to manage their blood sugar levels. Broccoli has a very low glycemic index (GI) score and is incredibly effective at lowering blood sugar, making it a popular choice among many people with diabetes. In fact, based on research that studied the genetic profiles of diabetic patients, the sulforaphane in broccoli has been proven to effectively reduce blood sugar levels. However, the issue arises because this effect can be too powerful. Looking at the diets of actual diabetic patients, it was found that an excessive inclusion of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli led to numerous cases of hypoglycemia. For instance, some people even replace rice with broccoli or cauliflower for blood sugar management or weight control. Remember, even with the best foods, too much of a good thing can be harmful. So moderation is the key here. Here's a tip. Some might overcook broccoli, losing all its vitamins and sulforaphane. Among cooking methods, steaming or using the microwave preserves its nutrients better than boiling. So, this is crucial to remember. Lastly, the third best food match for broccoli is tomatoes. You're probably already aware of how beneficial tomatoes are for health. Alongside broccoli, tomatoes are recognized as one of the top 10 superfoods. When you eat them together, they act as a miraculous immune-boosting duo. In fact, the antioxidant lycopene in tomatoes is absorbed much more effectively when digested with broccoli. Research has shown that this combination has incredible effectiveness in boost the wellness-supporting cells and prevent strength in our immune system, making it an ideal pairing. Particularly, it was found that the vitamin U content in broccoli is significantly higher in the stems than in the florets. And when you lightly sauté tomatoes and broccoli together in oil, the nutrient absorption rate skyrockets very effectively. So, this is definitely something to remember. So far, we've looked into 3 of the worst and 3 of the best food pairings with broccoli. Shall we do a final recap? Instead of dipping broccoli in vinegar-based sauce, try it with horseradish or mustard to maximize its immune-boosting properties. Also, broccoli, being a vitamin powerhouse, pairs wonderfully with tangerines, making it an excellent choice. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, it's safe to eat broccoli about 2 hours apart from taking your medication. Moreover, eating it with onions is great for preventing cardiovascular diseases. And for those who need to manage blood sugar, remember not to overdo it with broccoli. Just the right amount is key. Pairing it with tomatoes makes for an absolutely perfect combo. As the weather gets colder and the temperature changes become more pronounced, it's crucial to include broccoli in your diet for cold prevention, immune system boosting, and eliminating carcinogens from the body. How does that sound? I hope you'll prepare and enjoy broccoli with these perfect food combinations to maintain your health. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found today's video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Also, share this with your beloved family and friends. I always pray for your health and happiness. Did you know that eating this with garlic can actually harm your health? Even healthy garlic has foods that pair perfectly with it. And foods that don't. Even good garlic needs to be eaten properly to be beneficial to your body. If you eat it with foods that are bad for you, it can actually harm your health. So I prepared this to protect your health. I'll tell you about the 3 worst foods to eat with garlic, as well as the 3 best foods. Also, we'll reveal the miracle method discovered by the National Cancer Institute that can cut the incidence of illness in half. We will reveal everything today. Hello. Are there any of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please hit subscribe and like right now. Please share it with your loved ones. We will continue to bring you only the best health information. Recently, cancer has been occurring in 1 out of every 3 people in our country, making it a common disease in the world. Today's star is none other than garlic, which has been selected as the #1 anti-cancer food among 40 famous anti-cancer foods by the National Cancer Institute of the United States. There's an old saying that a table with garlic is better than a pharmacy, emphasizing how beneficial garlic is for the body. Garlic is truly a healthy food. It effectively prevents high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and arteriosclerosis, making it the best blood-purifying tonic to prevent cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, which are the top 3 causes of death. But everyone, did you know that there are foods that can harm your health when eaten with such healthy garlic? Now, let's learn about the 3 worst foods to eat with garlic, and the 3 best foods that pair perfectly with it. The first garlic food that is worst for preventing disease is garlic pickles. Were you surprised? Many people eat pickled garlic, garlic in vinegar, or fermented garlic extract for their health. These methods remove the smell and pungency while preserving garlic's health benefits, making them excellent choices. When stored this way, the efficacy of raw garlic remains almost intact, and they are filled with sulfides that are good for blood vessel health. Especially, black garlic, which is fermented garlic, produces a new protein called gamma-glutamyl-cysteine during the fermentation process, which enhances its antioxidant and anti-disease effects. But here's the focus. There are people who should never eat such good garlic pickles, vinegar, or fermented extracts. First, those with weak stomachs and intestines should be particularly cautious. Allicin, the component that gives garlic its pungent taste, has excellent anti-disease effects, but becomes more concentrated and stronger during the process, greatly irritating the stomach lining. If you continuously irritate your stomach with such spicy and bitter foods, it can exacerbate symptoms like gastritis and gastric ulcers. Additionally, the concentration process strengthens the warfarin component of garlic. This is particularly concerning if you are on high blood pressure medication, high cholesterol medication, or aspirin, or if you are about to undergo surgery. These medications work to dissolve clots in your blood, a process that garlic also supports. If you take these prescription medications in the warfarin category and consume concentrated garlic juice or pickles, your blood can become too thin and fail to clot properly. Such delayed blood clotting can lead to uncontrolled bleeding and eventually excessive bleeding. But that's not all. People with diabetes should particularly avoid garlic pickles, vinegar, and concentrates. The reason is that they are too sweet, which is bad for blood sugar control. While garlic's strong pungent taste might mask it, garlic is actually quite high in sugar. What happens if you eat pickles made with a lot of added sugar? Excessive sugar intake leads to obesity and increases insulin resistance. Ultimately, it fills your blood with sticky triglycerides. While garlic works to clean your blood, consuming sugar makes it sticky, rendering it useless. Moreover, sugar intake doesn't just lead to diabetes. It also reduces the size of your brain. High blood sugar levels shrink the hippocampus, the center of memory, and reduce its size. Getting accustomed to sweet tastes destroys brain nerve cells, and is the worst habit that leads to dementia. Therefore, do not eat superfood garlic pickled in sugar anymore. Instead, eat it with healthy foods. The first recommended food that pairs perfectly with garlic is green vegetables. The allicin in garlic, which gives it its pungent taste, is excellent not only for boosting your immune system, but also for your brain health. This is because it helps regenerate nerve cells in our body. Allicin, S-allyl, and allylcysteine in garlic are very effective against diseases such as cerebral hemorrhage, stroke, and degenerative neurological diseases. They also have antioxidant effects, boost the immune system, and are great for fatigue recovery. While the spiciness of garlic is very good for health, it does have one drawback. The spicy taste can irritate the stomach and cause discomfort. At this point, pairing garlic with other green vegetables makes for the perfect combination. The nutrients, vitamins, and minerals in vegetables combined with garlic's good antioxidant components not only create a nutritional synergy, but also soothe the stomach, aiding in nutrient absorption and digestion. Therefore, from now on, make sure to eat garlic with green vegetables. Next, the second worst garlic food is garlic bread. Nowadays, bread slathered with garlic butter sauce is really popular. Garlic is a very healthy food, but it's not good for you when eaten with carbohydrate-rich foods like bread. Flour, the main ingredient in bread, is 92% carbohydrates and has a very high glycemic index. When you eat bread, your blood sugar spikes quickly and is rapidly absorbed by the body, easily turning into fat and leading to weight gain. Additionally, this high glycemic index causes excessive insulin secretion, which goes to the liver, eventually leading to fatty liver. In fact, the biggest problem is addiction. When gluten from flour enters your body, it is converted by gut bacteria into a highly addictive substance called exorphin. This substance causes flour addiction and leads to overeating. Even if garlic works hard in your body to perform anti-disease and antioxidant activities and cleans your blood vessels, eating it with bread renders these benefits useless and can even be harmful. So, you should never eat garlic as bread. So, how should we eat garlic? The second recommended food that pairs perfectly with garlic is pork. In particular, the combination of garlic and pork is truly excellent. The allicin in garlic, which gives it its sharp, spicy taste, helps the vitamin B1 in pork to be well absorbed by our bodies. When allicin and vitamin B1 combine, they transform into allithiamine in the body, which is great for recovering from fatigue, boosting energy, and providing anti-disease effects. Moreover, the scorbunene component in garlic is excellent for maintaining muscle mass as you age. Therefore, from now on, make sure to eat garlic with pork belly, or stir-fried pork. But that's not all. When you grill pork, carcinogens like benzopyrene can form on the charred meat. When you eat it with garlic, the powerful antibacterial effects of garlic help eliminate these carcinogens, expel heavy metals from the body, and remove food-poisoning bacteria, making it healthier and safer to eat. Garlic also neutralizes the proteins in meat, making it tender and easier to digest while removing any unpleasant odors. Therefore, garlic and pork not only taste great together, but also make the perfect healthy combination. The third worst garlic food is garlic chips fried, flakes. Did anyone think that since garlic is healthy, frying it would also be healthy? That's not true. While fried garlic is crispy and tasty, its nutritional benefits are hard to expect. This is because the good nutrients in garlic are destroyed during the frying process, turning it into something harmful. When making fried foods, don't you use high smoke point oils like corn oil or cooking oil to make them crispy? These oils are all omega-6 oils, which disrupt the balance of unsaturated fatty acids in the body and cause inflammation. Inflammation in the blood vessels not only worsens arteriosclerosis, arthritis, diabetes, and hypertension, but also ultimately leads to harm your health. Moreover, frying increases the calorie content and produces trans fats. These trans fats raise the levels of bad cholesterol LDL and lower the levels of good cholesterol HDL, leading to cardiovascular diseases. No matter how good the food is, eating it fried is really bad for your health. Finally, the third best food to pair with garlic is oil. Attention, please. National Cancer Institute announced that you can cut the risk of disease in half. Isn't it strange to hear not to fry but to sauté garlic in oil? The key is the type of oil you use. You should sauté garlic in omega-3 oils like olive oil. The superfood garlic offers different nutrients depending on the cooking method. When eaten raw, you get allicin, water-soluble vitamins B and C. When heated, it activates antioxidants that prevent aging, significantly polyphenol and flavonoids. When you sauté garlic in omega-3 rich oils like olive oil, it creates a tremendous synergy effect. This combination dissolves blood clots and reduces inflammation in the body. It also improves memory and brain health, providing a definite effect in preventing dementia. So be sure to remember this. Lastly, here's a tip for our precious subscribers. Thinly sliced, crushed, or minced garlic contains more allicin, enhancing its anti-disease effects. When eating raw garlic, chew it thoroughly several times. When sautéing, crush or mince the garlic to maximize health benefits. This is the ultimate health secret. We've now covered the 3 worst garlic foods and the 3 best pairings for protecting your health. Let's summarize one last time. Never consume garlic in the form of garlic pickles, vinegar, or concentrated extracts garlic juice. Instead, eat it with leafy greens and chew it thoroughly. No matter how good garlic is, don't eat it as garlic bread. Instead, pair it with meat. Avoid eating garlic as flakes or chips. Instead, lightly sauté it in olive oil. How does that sound? I hope you can maintain your health by enjoying garlic with foods that pair well with it. Thank you so much for spending time with us. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe and like. And don't forget to share it with your precious family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. Did you know eating onions with certain foods can lead to cancer and dementia? Onions, which are healthy, can be paired with foods that enhance or worsen their benefits. It's important to eat onions the right way to get their health benefits. Pairing them with the wrong foods can harm your health instead. So today, we're going to find out 3 foods that are the worst to eat with onions, and 3 that are the best, all to help prevent cancer and dementia. Hello everyone. Are there still some of you who haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe and like right now. I promise that I will keep bringing you the best health information. When we eat, we do not just consume one ingredient. In every dish, ingredients complement each other's flavors and nutrients. But just because the flavors match well, it doesn't mean that the nutrients do too. Eating foods with bad combinations can harm your body, and might even lead to serious issues like cancer and dementia. Every natural ingredient has its own beneficial nutrients. Knowing them well and including them in your diet is the best habit for your health. Today's star is the onion, known as the elixir of the dining table. Onions have far more incredible benefits than you might know. They were famous as a source of energy for workers who built the Great Pyramids, one of the world's wonders. It's said that eating an onion a day keeps the doctor away, showing just how amazing this food is. Also, it's believed that the reason why Chinese people, who eat a lot of greasy food, have a lower incidence of heart disease is because of onions. Onions are really good for your body. Especially in the weather like now, when our energy is low. You should reach for onions before any other tonic food. The thiosulfonates in onions promote the absorption of vitamin B1, which is closely related to energy metabolism, and are incredibly effective for fatigue recovery. Moreover, the spicy component, allicin, acts as a sedative, making it great for preventing insomnia caused by stress and for stabilizing the mind and body. If you have a sleep disorder and depression, onion is the best solution for you. And onions are also rich in folate, which is very important for brain health. They help increase blood flow to the brain, supplying more oxygen and nutrients, and are excellent for preventing dementia and Alzheimer's. Especially, onions have a famous nickname, the cleaner of blood vessels. They contain quercetin, which lowers bad cholesterol levels, making them very effective in preventing arteriosclerosis, cardiovascular diseases, and any kinds of adult diseases. Additionally, they not only absorb and remove harmful substances from the body, but also break down fats, so you can enjoy the benefits of losing weight too. But wait! Did you know that even healthy onions can be harmful when eaten with certain foods? So, let's find out together. We'll look at the 3 worst foods to eat with onions that could negatively impact, and the 3 best foods to pair with onions. At first, let's talk about the worst way to eat onions for your health. Onion juice. Many of you drink health juices for your well-being, and onion juice is quite popular. Onions rich in chromium are great for activating insulin functions, making them particularly beneficial for blood sugar control and diabetics. Onions even help with collagen formation, boosting skin elasticity, anti-aging, scalp health, and preventing hair loss. But here's a crucial point. Even the best onions change when juiced. It's a completely different story. Diabetics and those with weak kidneys must avoid onion juice at all costs. When onions are juiced, the sugar content increases, due to concentration. Since there's no need to chew, nutrients are absorbed faster, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. Also, onion juice is high in potassium. Those with kidney diseases should be cautious, as their bodies can't effectively eliminate potassium, leading to its accumulation in the body. Excess potassium can cause the heart to beat excessively, and in severe cases, lead to sudden death. If you regularly take aspirin or medications for high blood pressure, onion juice can increase the risk of bleeding, so it's best to avoid it. Adding to that, for those with a sensitive stomach, concentrated onion juice can worsen acid reflux, so it's better to stay clear of it. This is the trap of health juices. It's generally better to avoid concentrated juices, like onion juice. If you must have it in liquid form, try brewing onion peel tea instead. The antioxidant components are abundant in the onion peel, so remember this alternative. So, how should we eat onions? At this point, the first best food, perfect pairing with onion would be meat. Chewing your food well is key to getting the most out of it. If you cook onions and chew them properly, the dietary fiber and other nutrients in onions work in harmony. But when concentrated into juice, it can do more harm than good to your body. So, the food that's great to eat with onions is none other than meat. As we age, many of us find it harder to digest meat, often experiencing bloating. It's crucial to eat meat with onions. One of the spicy compounds in onions, diallyl sulfide, stimulates the mucous membranes of the stomach and intestines, boosting the secretion of digestive juices. This makes onions really good for digestion. When cooked with meat, the alkaline nature of onions combines with the proteins in meat. This not only neutralizes the specific smell of the meat, but also cleanses the blood, making it an excellent combination. Moreover, when you eat onions and meat together, the vitamin B1 in the meat interacts with allicin in the onions to form L-thiamine. This boosts energy production and is really good for fatigue recovery. And let's not forget about the antibacterial properties of onions. Onions are highly effective against Salmonella and E. coli, the common culprits of food poisoning. This makes onions a top food that you must include in your diet. Secondly, the worst food combination with onions is, surprisingly, honey. There was a time when onion and honey pickles were popular, and many people enjoyed them. But eating onions with honey can be truly dangerous. The volatile compound in onions, thiosulfonates, can cause gas formation when consumed. Eating them with honey can worsen your eyesight. And in severe cases, it could even lead to blindness. So, it's essential to avoid consuming them together. While it's not common to eat honey and onions together, sometimes honey is used instead of sugar in dressings for dishes that include onions. So, it's important to remember this and be cautious. Now, the second best food to pair with onions is vinegar. Onions strengthen blood vessel and improve circulation, making them extremely effective in preventing and treating high blood pressure, arteriosclerosis, and heart diseases. Not only that, they're also great for cancer prevention and stimulating insulin secretion, helping in diabetes prevention. When onions and vinegar come together, their medicinal effects are significantly enhanced. The main component of vinegar, acetic acid, serves as a raw material for adrenal cortex hormones in the human body, performing sterilization and detoxification functions. Moreover, the combination of the nerve-calming effects of onions and the stress-relieving actions of vinegar creates an incredible synergy when consumed together. So, try onion pickles and vinegar. They're not only delicious, but also very beneficial for your health. Pay attention, this is a key point for today. Another recommendation I have for you is onion wine, which is really good for your body. It's a miraculous way to absorb every antioxidants in onions. The thing is, These beneficial flavonoids in onions don't dissolve well in water, so even if you consume them, they're not effectively absorbed by our bodies, and are often deactivated by intestinal bacteria. However, when fermented with alcohol, these components are released into the wine, maximizing their absorption in the body. In fact, according to a research paper published by Professor Wei-Fang Chu from Taiwan, a 10-week consumption of onion wine significantly improved blood cholesterol levels. For your health, why not try making onion wine and have a glass daily? Lastly, the third worst way to eat onions for your health is onion rings or fried onions. We often see beautifully fried whole onions or onion rings at fast food restaurants these days. Even healthy onions, when fried, are definitely bad for your body. This is mainly because they are typically fried at high temperatures, resulting in a high content of trans fats compared to other foods. Consuming a lot of trans fats lowers good cholesterol levels and raises bad cholesterol levels. Also, when onions are battered and fried, glycotoxins. These glycotoxins attack our brain cells and cause inflammation. Continually eating such fried foods can lead to chronic inflammation throughout the body. And, ultimately, increase the risk of cardiovascular and brain diseases. For cancer and dementia prevention, it's crucial to avoid fried foods. So, what should we eat with onions then? Now, let me recommend the third and final best food to pair with onions. Whole grains and brown rice. Brown rice and whole grains are rich in iron and zinc. When zinc, abundantly found in whole grains, is combined with the sulfur compounds in onions, it greatly enhances immunity. If you've been suffering from frequent coughs and easily catching colds, it's important to include onions and whole grains in your diet. Try eating whole wheat bread with onion soup, or have a side dish containing onions with a mixed grain rice. It's a really great combination. Lastly, let me share some top health tips for cooking onions. First, lightly frying onions in oil helps in better absorption of nutrients. For this, it's best to use oils that don't oxidize easily, like olive oil or canola oil. Also, rather than cooking onions immediately after cutting them, it's beneficial to let them sit at room temperature for about 15–30 minutes. This is because when onions are exposed to oxygen, their spicy sulfur compounds convert into enzymes that are beneficial for the body. These enzymes actively boost metabolism and are much better at preventing blood clots. So remember this tip. So far, we've explored 3 foods that are the worst to pair with onions, and 3 that are the best. Then it's time to summarize. Instead of honey, onions should be eaten with vinegar and wine. And rather than consuming concentrated onion juice, it's much better to cook onions with meat and chew them well. Also, avoid eating onions as fried food. Stir-frying them lightly with whole grains is a much healthier choice. What do you think? I hope you enjoy onions in the healthiest combinations and protect your well-being. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and like. And share with your precious family and friends. I'll always pray for your health and happiness. Thank you. Did you know that eating this with eggs could destroy brain cells and lead to dementia? Eggs are considered a superfood, truly beneficial for your health. However, what you eat them with and how you cook them are crucial. Unknowingly, the habit of eating eggs with certain foods could even lead to cancer and dementia. And also share 3 miraculous foods that not only prevent dementia but also brighten your eyes. Hello everyone. Are there any of you who haven't subscribed yet? Please press subscribe and like right now. And don't forget to share the video with your dear friends and family. I'll continue to provide only the best health information. Recently, the number of people suffering from dementia has significantly increased. Not only among the middle-aged and elderly, but also dementia in the young population of people in their 20s and 30s is becoming a serious issue. The primary cause of dementia is, indeed, dietary habits. Every food has its best matches. That can enhance the absorption of nutrients and bad combinations that can harm our bodies. Knowing this and applying it to our dietary habits is the best choice for our health. Today's star is the superfood, eggs, known for their high-quality protein, various minerals, vitamins, and numerous nutrients. But did you know, depending on what you eat with eggs, it can harm your health and even lead to cancer and dementia? That's why I've prepared this. In today's video, we will reveal 3 foods you should absolutely avoid eating with eggs to prevent cancer and dementia, and also share 3 best ways to eat eggs that not only prevent cancer and dementia but also brighten your eyes. Firstly, the food you should absolutely never eat with eggs is flour and bread. You may consume a lot of egg bread and flour, and eggs are indeed essential ingredients for making bread. However, this combination is really bad for preventing cancer and dementia. Eggs contain a component called choline, which is a type of vitamin B group. This is why eggs are called brain food. Choline is beneficial for memory and concentration enhancement, and, as a vitamin B complex, constitutes up to 30% of brain cell components, activating brain functions to improve memory and concentration, and is used in the prevention and treatment of forgetfulness, dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. It's even highly effective in reducing inflammation in the body, thus preventing cancer. However, there's something that works in direct opposition to the action of choline. That's right, flour. When you eat bread, which is primarily made of carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises and creates a lot of sugar toxins. These sugar toxins attack brain cells. If you eat bread and eggs together, it's like a war in your body. The choline in the eggs tries to create a protective barrier for the brain cells, while the sugar toxins from the bread try to penetrate this barrier to attack the brain cells. Moreover, if you frequently consume flour-based foods like noodles, bread, egg tart, spaghetti, and white rice, and are already in a state of high blood sugar, the problem becomes more serious, with high insulin resistance and chronic inflammation already filling your body. Choline's efforts to protect us become futile. This internal battle can lead to cardiovascular diseases like hypertension and arteriosclerosis, issues with insulin secretion leading to diabetes and chronic inflammation can cause cancer, dementia, and brain diseases. Therefore, it's better to opt for whole wheat bread or healthy vegan breads that are not made with refined flour to eat with eggs. The first best companion for eggs is none other than the pumpkin. Eggs and pumpkins make a really great pairing, especially since the protein in eggs helps with absorption in our body. Moreover, when you consume the fiber from pumpkins along with the calcium in and easing anxiety and tension, it also reduces physical tension, bringing stability to both our body and mind. It's often said that stress is the root of all illnesses. Eating eggs with pumpkin helps relieve stress and fatigue in the body. Additionally, consuming pumpkin is actually good for eye health. Working together with the abundant lutein and zeaxanthin carotenoids found in eggs, it provides powerful antioxidant action that not only protects the retina, but can also significantly